Hey guys, how you doing? I'm back. I've been off YouTube for, I want to say just over a month, maybe 2 months, because I fancied a little break, to be honest, and sometimes it can get a little bit all-consuming, and you know what? I think it's just good to take a little break from these things. But today is the first day of Plastic-Free July, and I thought, hey, what better day to start picking up the camera again and bringing you guys with me, because I want to start doing, originally I was thinking daily vlogging, but honestly, knowing me, it'll probably just be regular vlogging throughout July. I want to share some of the stuff that I get up to and some of the swaps and changes I'm hoping to make, and kind of anything and everything along the way. So it'll be a mixture of kind of vlogging with a sort of plastic-free message undertone. I'm gonna head out in a moment. I want to go get a coffee, so I'll bring you with me. I've kind of culled most single-use disposable plastic in my life. Occasionally it'll come in a little bit of plastic wrapping from something I've ordered online. I have started sending that stuff back to companies. They love it, they really do. Yeah, there are a few simple tweaks that I want to make at home. I definitely made some big tweaks last year, so if you want to check out that video, I'll put that in the info box below. Today I'm actually wearing the first semi-successful homemade mascara, and this is the first outing of it, so if it's I'll start that again. If it is a success, I will let you know what the recipe is, but I don't want to sort of put it out there and then find out that everyone ends up with sort of marks around their face. I'm gonna head out of the house now. What have I got here? I've got a cloth bag, phone, I don't have my phone, I've got my wallet and my keys, and my coffee cup. Excuse any mess in the background, by the way. I know we see all these minimalistic pictures of what a zero waste lifestyle should look like, but essentially I'm a messy pup. That's the kitchen right now. Don't tell my husband. I turn into like the slobbiest wife whenever he nips out of the house. Oh, and check out, I made some homemade ginger beer yesterday. I need to keep burping it though because it's quite fizzy and all the gas builds up, so to stop any explosions I need to keep burping it, which is quite satisfying. I've already burped it 3 times today. It's like having small ginger beer children. Let's head out the house and get some coffee and just take a little stroll. I just want to make sure I've got my keys. Yeah, I do. Alright, I'm out of the house. Basically brought this with me. Can you see that? Yeah, it's a bag of mixed recycling, which I'm just going to take around the corner to a little recycling depot. It's something I started doing last Plastic-Free July to stop using the plastic bags that the council popped through our door for the mixed curbside recyclables. Little side note about these shoes, by the way. As funky as they are, I will not be buying espadrilles ever again. Turns out they're designed to not be repaired. They're designed to be chucked away, which ain't cool. So I tried to take them to the shoe repair guys recently because the heel was getting a little bit worn. I thought, you know what, I'll prevent them getting any worse. And the guy said that they are not designed to be repaired. So maybe I should do an anti-haul video. I think espadrilles will be top of the list. There we go, done. Now it's time to get some coffee. Guys, you're about to see how exciting my life really is. It's just hashtag well gel. Guys, go for it, and I'll just get your hands working their magic. Awesome, thank you. I love those guys in there, they're so nice. This is my husband's coffee cup, and I've pinched it because the cork band on my keep cup has gone missing, and I'm pretty sure I've hidden it in the kitchen somewhere. Haven't found it yet though, so lately I've just been pinching his cup. You can buy them online, so I might just have to buy myself a new cork band. So I'm just going to take a little stroll around the block with my coffee, and then get back to some work this afternoon, because I've got a video to edit for a brand, which is kind of cool, and Oh yeah, I've got a blog post to write as well, so that's my day planned. Exciting Saturday vibes, guys. Alright, let's go for a little stroll around. So, what do I have planned for plastic-free July? Well, firstly, get a haircut, but that's kind of unrelated. Mainly, I want to start being a bit more active. Like, there are so many things that I've adjusted in my personal life and every day-to-day actions and stuff, but I sort of want to get communicating with bigger companies or key people who could actually make a sort of bigger scale impact. So this morning I wrote to the Mayor of London and asked what he was going to do to solve the plastic pollution like this, my friends. We'll see. I don't know if I'll get a response. Sometimes I feel when I'm writing to like MPs and key figures, I'm like, are they even going to read this, or will it make a difference? But at least I know I've done something. So it's a start, right? But both ways, crossing the road. Maybe I should just pick that up and return it to Waitrose. It's got their name on it after all. Alright, so I just took the coffee cup back to Waitrose. And I took it up to I think it was the customer service desk, and just said, I'd like to hand this back to you. I found it listed on my street. And she said, oh right, well it's supposed to go in the bin just round the corner. So I just kind of left it with her and said, I think it should be your responsibility. I don't know if that made any impact, but I feel better returning it to the company instead of just putting it straight in the bin. To be fair though, they were selling reusable coffee cups, so I guess it's one of those things that if people notice them, they might buy them. Maybe Waitrose, if there was an incentive for people to bring their reusable coffee cups, like some sort of points maybe, then that could work. Anyway, I'm going to go buy some coffee beans because I completely forgot that I used them up this morning. Luckily I've got a cloth bag in my bag, so I'm just going to fill up on coffee beans at this little place around the corner that sells them in bulk. It's called Here. It's really confusing because whenever anyone says, oh, where did you get that from? I say Here, and they're like, where? And I'm like, no, it's called Here. Here. There you go. How's this mascara holding up? I think I'm going to have to watch the footage back and see, or wait till I get home and look in a mirror. So I managed to pick up some coffee beans in that little bag there, and then I also got some tomatoes because I suddenly thought, oh, I'd like to start trying to can tomatoes. I tried it for the first time recently, just as an experiment, and it worked pretty well. So I want to start doing it more often. I quite enjoy learning skills like that. I find it quite empowering, and yeah, I thought, why not? That is the little cheese shop where I sometimes buy organic cheese. It's time to put this little lot in here. Oh, it smells incredible. Just so good. There we go. Oh, we've got two loose ones here. There we go. 1, 2. And that goes back up there. I think it's time to put the dishwasher on. I'm running seriously low on cups. Oh, that's what my cupboard currently looks like. These are giant bottles of piss. No, I'm joking. They are apple cider vinegar, which I found in a little shop in Totnes when I went to Devon recently. Completely unexpected, but I found a zero waste shop which had so many awesome things like pasta. It had pasta in bulk, which is, you know, like frickin' gold dust when you go zero waste. So I love making my own, and my husband actually has said the sweetest thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I found pasta. And his response was, well, that's kind of sad because I love your homemade pasta. So his fear was that I was going to stop making homemade pasta, but I was just saying this is really useful for things like lunches or a quick bite to eat. I've got some things like chickpeas in there, which I didn't have last time in my zero waste kitchen tour, because I've just found that I can buy them at the E5 Bakehouse in their little bulk section in East London. Those are breadcrumbs, walnuts. We're still buying them with the shell on because they taste way better. Ah, that's got salt in it, that one. That was bought in bulk. Anywho, you get the idea. There's a few bits wrapped in paper, like some flour, but I found that the E5 Bakehouse actually sells flour loose in bulk, which is awesome, so I'm going to take a jar or container along next time. That's got sugar in it. That's just an old shoe bag, but I took it to the E5 Bakehouse and filled up with organic sugar, and there you go, guys. That's what my current cupboard looks like. I think I started to say what I wanted to do this plastic-free July and then got severely distracted by a coffee cup from Waitrose. I'd quite like to do like a litter pick or a beach cleanup or something and take some action. I've actually never done a beach cleanup, but looking at the amount of trash that's around my neighbourhood, I should probably start there before I head out to a beach, because there's a lot of trash outside. I've just walked past pretty much everything that you should probably avoid, so things like cigarette butts, plastic wrapping from supermarkets. There was even a cotton buds plastic stick thing. I think I'm going to try and keep a little trash jar for the month of July, basically, just to kind of show the amount of plastic that I would create in a month. I've had a trash jar like once before, and it lasted about 3 months, and it was one of those things that is a really useful tool to find out what you're actually throwing out a lot. But I feel that the trash jar, which is great for like grabbing media attention and inspiring people, can also put a lot of people off, which is why I probably don't talk about it a huge amount. And actually, I don't keep a trash jar anymore. I prefer to send the packaging back to the company. So that's why I personally don't keep one. I do think they're great at highlighting the issue and showing off a zero waste lifestyle. Honestly, I think they're awesome. And they're a great way or a great tool of working out what you're actually throwing away. But for me, I get a greater sense of satisfaction and feel like I'm being a bit more proactive if I'm sending the packaging back to the company. And as an example, I got some bicarbonate of soda online for the first time recently because they'd stopped selling it in store. So I bought it online and it turned up wrapped in crap loads of plastic. So I emailed them and said, I'm sending this back to you. I hope you can reuse it. Are you changing your packaging anytime soon to a plastic-free alternative? And they emailed back saying, thank you so much for sending it to us. Just to let you know, we've already reused your packaging. It arrived today, and we are changing our packaging in a few months' time. So I personally feel like that has had a better impact than it sitting in a jar or just simply being recycled. So that's where I'm at with the whole trash jar thing, but I'm thinking for the month of July, I'll try and keep a jar. So that's kind of my very loose plan for plastic-free July. I'm kind of just gonna go with the flow, take you guys along for the ride and kind of see what happens and make a few tweaks along the way. In the past, I've been really kind of focused about what I'm swapping, where the issues are, and can I find a better alternative. But I feel like I'm at a point where there are probably only a few tweaks that I could make and the rest is kind of sorted, because I've been living a zero waste lifestyle for nearly 4 years this September, and these things don't happen overnight, so it wasn't like I woke up one morning and suddenly didn't produce any trash, which is why I talk about things like the alternative for bin liners. So I've mentioned in the past that I use paper bin liners. To be fair, we don't really have much to go in them these days, but over the last couple of years where it's been a transition, of course I've needed to throw things away. I haven't kept a trash jar, and I know that other people out there will be looking for a plastic-free alternative, because you still have to throw some stuff out whilst you're working out whether you can compost or whether you can recycle certain things in your area. So whilst all the kind of transitional stuff is going on, if you can reduce certain things like plastic bin liners, then why the heck not? Hey, if you guys feel inspired to take on plastic-free July, even if it's just for like a day or a week or an afternoon, I mean, give it a go. Nothing happens overnight, but once you sort of lift the like plastic-free goggles, you're suddenly like, whoa, there's plastic everywhere. Dude, how did this happen? Then it's kind of hard to unsee it. So if you're coming along for the ride, then why not hit that subscribe button, because it'd be great if you could join me.